welcome back to a new video. So this video is solely on hooking these pop-up headlight motors to work on the inside, and what I'm doing to make it the easiest way possible. So first off, I went to our local picker parts place and I found like a ST185 Celica, but the non-turbo model. And what I did is I removed from the fuse box around all the wiring loom right around that goes around to the inside and up to the light stalk. I've stripped out everything of that wiring loom to operate the lights, and I'm left with just the fuse box. So one of these fuses is the RTR fuse, which is in this fuse box in the Celica, and in this car it's actually located up into the dash, up under here, well, in this block here. So see it on there, RTR, just that 10 amp fuse there. So with all that stripped out, what I've done is I've actually run the loom right through up under the guard. I made my own loom with the little bit of loom that I pulled out of this Celica one, which is in this one here, and it comes through here and then it pops out here. So this is the factory Celica plug, which I'll be chopping off and putting on my own plug to fit with this. They both have 5 wires, just different colours, but still got 2 big main ones at the top there and 3 little ones at the bottom. So that's on both sides. There's another one there, so that's pretty straightforward. So off the loom is actually this big main power plug, or power wire I should say, and this is going to be hooking into the retractor relay wire, which is this red and blue I think it is in the centre, and that actually comes up to the 30 amp fuse for the headlights. So basically I'll be chopping this wire off, joining it up to this, which gives the power source, and this here runs all the way back to the inside. Down amongst all these junction wires, I've located the plug which has the RTR fuse on it, 10 amp on there. So I've actually pulled the terminal out of the plug, and I've joined the RTR plug off the relay box onto it, so that's going to plug straight back in there. So this is the diagram I've got here, and we're looking at RTR. It's got a red-green wire, and looking at number 3 and 1G. So find the 1G, that's a plug, number 3, and that's the RTR wire, which is how I found this wire in here. Plus I used my multimeter thing and just found the prong on here, and found it on the back here, so it all relates up. So this actually connects up with the tail lights I found out. So yeah, all in the same circuit. Mounted this retractor box up on just a little factory thing that sticks out, and I've just slid it on there, and I've also put my earth into this plug up here. It just goes back to this main block, so it's nice and simple. And the RTR wire I've routed up round the back, and it's coming out here, and then it's going to meet up this one, which goes into the retractor box here. To make this super easy, I've actually been blowing a few fuses, just trying to find a few different things out, what works and what doesn't work, because I did have this one here hooked up to my red wire, which is supposedly to the retractor fuse down there, the RTR fuse, and I'd find if I turn it on one switch, the actual lights would pop up without just staying down while the park lights are on. So what I've found to make this easier for everyone, I'll just go through all the wires here. So this pink one here at the top, this goes to this red wire on the switch. That's the only one you need to connect up to the switch. Everything else all just goes into the factory loom. The red and white actually connects up to the RTR fuse in there too, which also sends a signal to the box. So that's real straightforward. So that's all you need for the switch. So the pink wire goes to the red wire on here. I did find I had a broken connection inside here, so I popped these apart and fixed up the broken connection. And then you got the white and the black, which is obviously earth. That just goes to any earthing point. Got these big wires here, big green and yellow one, and there's another green one there. They all go to the front. This big fat white one here goes to the 30 amp relay in the fuse box in the engine bay. And then so the only one that this red and yellow one goes to is through to the high beams. And the high beams, if I get my torch, it's up here, which is red and white. So I've actually connected into this up here. So basically I flick my high beams and the pop-up lights go up, and the high beams do their flick if you want to flick them more. Then they go back down by themselves. So really straightforward once you know. I've actually spent, to be honest, around about 4 part days trying to figure this out, and blowing fuses, and then I realised the dash lights aren't going and stuff like that, and then yeah, so I've got the right process now. Right wires connected up, coming around to the front, both sides are the same. So this is all the wires here, all nice and straightforward. So these are all the factory Trueno wires. You got yellow, green, blue, and yeah, the white and red and white and black. So obviously the big wires hook up to the big wires that come through from the Celica loom. So you got the big fat green loom wire, which goes into the white and red, which is obviously a positive, and you got the white and black behind there, which goes to the white and black on this, which is obviously negative. And then the blue wire there goes through to the green and white. The green wire there goes through to the green and orange, and the yellow wire goes through the green and yellow. I'm pretty sure the side's the same colours, apart from the centre one has green and black on it instead of what's it, green and orange. It's all pretty straightforward. So I'm going to finalise these plugs up soon and connect all these big waterproof connectors on. And the big fat wire that's inside, I've temporarily just hooked it up into this fuse, or not fuse, the relay plug, which then goes into the red and blue wire there, which then hooks up and goes, if I can get this open, into this 30 amp fuse. I also found I had an issue with my fuse box itself. Wasn't actually picking a signal up from the battery to here, because I kept testing it from here to this, and I could see it had a circuit, but didn't actually do the vital one from here to the battery, which had nothing coming through. So I gutted all this out and swapped over the main centre for another AE86 fuse box centre. Working on the front here today. So what I've done is fill up the catch so everything's all closing nicely and catching, and everything's all aligned nicely with the headlights. And I've also been wiring up all this loom for obviously the plugs for the lights properly, so they're all nicely done. I'm just going to buy one of those cable ties, which is like a little catch piece which sort of hooks into these holes here. Redone all this wiring up here and down to the park light and indicator here. So what's interesting is this corner light here. This is the original Celica one, which come off the loom that I pulled out for my pop-up headlights, and this is actually identical to the one in the 86 corner light. And I've actually used the same plug, so there's the Celica plug up here for the light, and literally slips in there, same fitting and everything. Same this side, just done all the wiring up there. So basically I just run the wires down into this plug here, and then I've got the wires bridged off here up to the indicator up top there, as well as the indicator down here. I've got brand new lenses and seals for these, and I'm just going to tidy them up, and I'm going to put some little stud things in here, or bolts to hold them to the bumper. So that's what I'm doing there, because they aren't the best of shape, but very hard to find a good set of these. So yeah, they're all up and operational now. Also bought a new battery because the old one is all going a bit crap and going flat real quick. And I've just got to tidy up some of this wiring here, but I'll put all this shielding stuff on there so it makes it all nice and tidy both sides.